Welcome by Pyanodons, 140 hours walkthrough base tour. We stop last tour here. What are we making? Actually, we are working on the windmills. And the windmills, there are two. I'll show you. The one is 4 gigawatt and wait even, how do you call that? Anemometer. There are two. This is one, and this is the 5 megawatt. What I go for. This is the this is variable. There's nothing. That is echt nothing. But nee, wacht, dat was die fish was nothing. This is well something, but I don't know how it works. You have to put it in 2 bases, and to recharge, I really have no idea how this works. It is you have to fly, and I have no idea. No, I forget this for a while. This is the 4 gig, and this is easy to make. Easy, quite easy. Need a utility box, and utility box, easy peasy. Where I go for, what I told you, was this one, and this one need nacella, and nacella need melamine resin, and melamine resin need melamine and urea. For my hide we have already, but this one needs the liquid manicure. Liquid manicure comes from manicure, and manicure comes from Auog. So we work on the Auog. To get the Auog, I repeat this a little bit because for the people who did not it's empty already. For the people who did not look my other tours, the Auog, we have to make that with DNA. It's now up, by the way. This one. And the cDNA, that is the point where het over gaat. En die cDNA needs laboratory instruments. Laboratory instrument need optical set. Equipment charges we made already in the last tour. There's no problem. That is a little bit thin circuits, and this one we have also already. So this one we made already a little bit. Optical set is the boron trioxide with alter glass. And the boron trioxide, I have here the recipe just for this one. En nou komt ie. If you like to run this full, then you have to use 50 electrolyzers. And 50 electrolyzers, if you look, consume 516 megawatt. Now that is, we consume a little bit more, 700, 600, 500, but that means to say that it doubles if you run this full. So that we don't do. What I do, I make this allemaal except this one, and I have hydrogen on the bus, and that is hydrogen from maybe other things also, but from what I remember, hydrogen from the oxygen factory for the fish, and the hydrogen we don't use almost, or we do use it well for other recipes, but not too much. So I have left over, and that is what I like to use for this recipe. Yeah, so I don't put here right now electrolyzers, because I really have to control my power. That is number one, and that's why I don't go full speed. I let it run a little very slow until I have the windmills. That is the challenge. Okay, This we did also already. Borax, we harvest borax dus with crystal mines. We combine it with the remaining, we wash it first and we get some muddy sluts. Muddy sluts we need for the moss. So we can use that. Instead of make it from soil, we can use it because this is a byproduct. Then the washed borax, we combine it with the hydrogen what we have from the bus. And we get diborane. Diborane with water in also an electrolyzer. And you see that is also already, if that runs full, 124 megawatts. So I'm happy that the 124 megawatt on top of this one, dus is your 650 almost, only for the electrolyzers. Okay, then we get boric acid, and from boric acid together with coke, we make boric trioxide. Yes, boric trioxide, by the way, we did not make that here. I bring the boric acid naar the bus and I make that here. This is a line coke from the main bus, and you see it is very small, but it's enough because I need this only for the cDNA. And the cDNA I need only a few pieces to make an Auog, and for an Auog I can multiply them. So this is okay. What did I do more? I make really many recipes this episode, this tour. This is dus what I told you. See, it's helemaal vol with the optical sets. Optical sets with the laboratoria charges, what we made already in the next tour. I put only one on because it's enough, because I'm waiting for this one that is so slow. Rubber. Nee, I'm waiting for rubber. Rubber is also slow. Yeah, rubber is also not really moving. And that have here to do. And this one have to do with that I don't consume coke. If I start consuming coke in the coal processing, what is it? This one. Then I produce this. And you see, this is not coke, by the way. This one is the coke. This is a little bit stuck up because we don't consume nothing anymore right now. This is actually used for making acetylene, and acetylene is used for titanium, if I'm right, and lead. Oké. We waren hier. Do it from distance. Zochrabacteria. We need Zochrabacteria. Zochrabacteria is good with lights, lamps, and petri dish. And what is it? Vacuum or pressurized air? Pressurized air, I think. Yeah, pressurized air. These are the plasmids. Plasmids, same story. We need also with the laboratoria instruments, and these are hard to get right now, but it's okay. Incubator petri dish and glasware en daar gaat hij op de bus. This is the biocontainer. We can make that now. Before we cannot make that because we have, automated factory, but now we can make a factory for this. And that we combine with native flora and we get biosamples. Now here, prepare already a train here, a spore, a track, cDNA. And I was making this and I forgot. I thought, let me show you, I did not forget, I thought I have already retrovirus. Then all of a sudden I find out I don't have them. So I make this factory, and after this I prepare for the retro virus. But not really need, because actually I shall prefer to do first the retrovirus and have all the ingredients and then do this, but okay, I don't like to remove everything, all the belts and the bus and everything, and to place it on another place. Die retrovirus, we gaan hebben over die retrovirus. Retrovirus, we can make that only with hot air. And I try to avoid all the time to use hot air. Hot air, how we make that in this game? We make that from kookgas. En kookgas, daar komt ie. Kookgas, I made here the kookgas. It's, I harvest here the whole patch with coal, raw coal, put it in a high pressure furnace, and I get coke over gas, 250 degrees. Let up 250 degrees. That is important because that is what counts, the temperature. You see, it's complete full, and the coke is what we get as byproduct, the process. And I have here a void chest. If it overflows, then I void it. Actually, I like to put it later on in the stadium on the train. Here's the train, and to bring that and to use it for other things. But okay, right now, done the hot air production. Hot air, here's the kookgas. We made from stones. It's a circle, because I don't use the stones, I recycle the stones. I have no stones here right now because I don't use, everything is full. You see the hot air is complete full. It's not running right now. That's why the coke overgas is also 100% full. Normally it runs dus. The stone komt here as soon as it starts consuming. It consumes the hot stones, warm stones are it, I think. Warm stones with pressurized air, wind heaters, we call that, in steel factories. They cool down, die steam, die stones, and the stones worden weer heated. We heat the stones and we put them on the belt and we use them, and so we get hot air. Hot air, but it's actually helemaal not hot because it is 15 degrees. Beetje strange, but okay. And then we get the retrovirus. The retrovirus is weer die terrible laboratory instruments, glassware, and cocons. The vrouwkokons. We're going to use the vrouwkokons finally. Steel and penny dish. And then finally we get a little bit here in the red, the cDNA, and that's what we need, the cDNA. That is the bottleneck. That's why we do this all for. And we produce already enough. Here you see there are only a few, and I have them in my inventory also 5, and that is enough to start the process with the vrouws because of Auog. I prepare already here the farm for the. We need a module. We need only a module for this one, and if there is a module inside, it starts automatic making Auog pups. The Auog pups gaan here, and also this need module of course. And from the Auog pups we make Augs. And this we have to do. That is what I'm going to do the next 10 hours. To multiply them, and if we have enough, then we can use the Augs, we recycle the Augs for manicure. Then the Augs produce only manicure and they get not consumed. Where I'm going to do that? As you can maybe remember, when we are making vrouws, we put here a facility. And that is a facility. We make frogs and we make here also already moondrops, by the way. The botanic nursery is for moondrops and the creature chamber is for, this is for plants and this is for animals. Wat we need voor een Auog, dus water, that is okay. And this is dus in the creature chamber. And the creature chamber, we use this setup because I don't have to remove it and put back. And next time we need it for another animal. And so I keep it here. What we need to make, and that we do in the data array. In the data array you make the DNA samples. And we need a generic, a beer DNA sample and a generic DNA sample. Generic DNA sample we made already. And we use that also, I think, for the frogs, that is general, yeah. And a bear we make a bear DNA sample from also a generic earth sample. Dus we consume one generic earth sample and we get a bear DNA sample back. Together with automated science pack and Auog codex. Auog codex is not so hard to make. We make here the codex in one assembler. And need a light, a lamp, a simple circuit board, glass and tin cable. Now that's all what we have, of course, already. It's only time consuming. And the good news is, for as far as I can see, we need only one Auog, and that is enough to start the whole process. And that is, we have that. You need three from the cDNAs. Now we have already 5, I have already in inventory, and you see on the belt is also a few. That is just enough to start. Biosamples we made also already. Now, this is what I'm going to do in the next 10 hours. I'm going to produce manicure. And with the manicure we can start finally to make the urea, the resin and dat gas, cyan gas, cyan, how do you call it? What was it now? The mills, because this is my target. This is what I like to make. And this is almost easy peasy. That is only this one is the problem. Electronics is no problem. I can make that. I have everything on the belt. And that is also the last thing what we need, printed circuit substrate tier 1. After this we can cut down this belt. We don't need that for other things anymore. Now the melamine resin, this is where we're going to work on. The melamine resin, formaldehyde we have already. Melamine we make also from, not also. We make from cyanic acid with ammonia. And cyanic acid with ammonia we get from urea. And urea we produce the two and they are exact in balance. 30-30 and we need 20-20. So we need the same amount cyanic acid as ammonia. So that is perfect balanced. For us now, if you don't touch other recipes what need only cyanic acid or ammonia, then you're gonna get troubles with the balance of it, of course. Dat is dus die melody reason, how we come on the melody, we come on dit, and how we come on urea in the liquid manicure, and the Sogra bacteria we made already. So it is a question van, make the manicure, and we start to make that in a bioreactor, and voila. Then we are close already to the windmills, and I hope if there is no complications in upgrading and upscaling everything, that we can have the windmills a little bit production, because that gaat very slow, to save a little bit power, because if I run everything full speed, then I sit so on 1 gig and I don't have there the coal for and everything, and I don't, that wordt a mess. So we have to do it slowly to making windmills. And then it's the matter of upgrading everything, and we start then with the next science pack, and that is the logic science pack. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, because I have no subscribers almost, and I hope to see you the next tour. I hope you was useful for you. Take care of yourself, and again, hope to see you next tour.